I can't help but believe that the key to one's heart is because these ones absolutely touched me, and I'm going to show you how to make them too. First, I got started by making the pastry, mixing up all my dry ingredients, and I'll list all of them as well as the weights in the description below. Next, I added in my cubed unsalted butter, and a key tip is to make sure it comes straight from the fridge. That'll make it easier to form like a breadcrumb type texture. Next, I added in 1 egg, gave that a quick mix, and then added in some cold milk, extra cold by the way, bit by bit until the dough finally came together like so. And after a quick knead, off to the fridge it went. I made use of the tin mackerel I had for the filling, so in order to build flavours, I used the oil from that to saute some onions, garlic and scotch bonnet. Once the onions had gone translucent and the air was fragrant, I added in the rest of my veggies. I used carrots, red peppers and sweet potatoes as that's what I had at the time, but feel free to use whatever veggies you prefer. For seasoning, I used a Nigerian trilogy of curry powder, Maggi and thyme. And once that was all nicely mixed through, I popped the lid on and gave the filling a quick steam so that the potatoes and carrots could fully cook. In went 2 tins of mackerel, and let me tell you, the best thing about making your own fish pie is that you can put in as much as you want, make it as rich as can be. I made sure to cool the filling down to room temperature and then got started making the pies. Don't have a rolling pin, I hear you say? Well, do not fear. It turns out using a blender cup works just as well. So I rolled out the pastry to my desired thickness, cut a few rounds in using a cup, and then filled each and every one to the brim with that delicious filling. I think I went a bit overboard, to be honest, because it was kind of hard to close. To help the edges of the pastry seal, I brushed it with water and then gave it a crimp with a fork just for that extra security. Maybe don't get overzealous with the filling like I did, but I legit think it's a trauma response for having one too many fish pies with hardly any filling in it growing up. Anyways, for that golden crust, I brushed them with egg wash, poked some holes in for the steam to release, then baked them in the oven at 180 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes.